Welcome to Fashion Your Seatbelt, your first-class seat to one-on-one conversations with the fashion industry's top voices. I'm Jessica Michaud, and I created this podcast to share the joy I have in getting to know all the amazing people who bring this creative, inventive, and extraordinary business to life. You'll get to hear the cadence of their voices, the sound of their laughter, and feel firsthand how passionate they are about what they do. But before we get this show on the road, I want to say a quick thank you to GPS Radar for making this episode possible. GPS Radar is the members-only website where leading fashion brands and media connect. Also, I just want to remind you to leave a review. Stars are really trending right now, and it helps other very stylish listeners like yourself find the show. Now buckle up, and let's get started. This year marks the 60th anniversary of the Camera Nazionale della Moda Italiana, the governing body of Italian fashion. During that time, the industry has gone through quite a lot of changes, but arguably no more so than in the last decade. Fashion shows have become far more than just an industry affair, attracting editors and journalists, but more like a consumer-facing event that has powered by social networks and digital technology, which has helped to democratize the industry. There has also been a growing self-awareness within the industry about its impact on the environment, leading to the rise of more sustainable fashion. The blurring of sartorial gender lines and brands grouping their menswear and womenswear shows together have changed the landscape even further. All of this has transformed the way the world interacts with fashion. Helping the Camera, as insiders like to call it, weather these profound changes is its president, Carlo Capasa. Appointed in April of 2015, Capasa has, in the space of less than 3 years, jump-started the way the Camera operates, dusting off the institution and putting into overdrive new initiatives designed to build global engagement with Milan as a fashion capital. His strategy has been focused on 3 key areas: promoting and supporting emerging Italian designers with initiatives like Milano Moda Graduate, which highlights the best young talents coming out of the most prestigious Italian fashion schools; the Green Carpet Awards, designed to underline the importance and the wide-reaching potential of sustainable fashion. And he introduced a new digital strategy that saw the Camera's website get a facelift, and social media platforms also became a priority and a powerful tool for promoting Italian fashion online. The Camera's Instagram feed alone now counts more than 150,000 followers. Capasa, who has a love for black Perfecto biker jackets, has been a fixture on the Italian fashion scene for years, having spent the bulk of his career as the chief executive and co-creator of Costume Nacional, a brand he founded with his brother and the company's designer Ennio Capasa in 1986, until the brothers announced their resignation in March of 2016. But here Capasa talks about his plans for the future of the Camera, in a fashion world that is more fluid, flexible, and forward-thinking than ever before. Carlo, thank you so much for speaking with me today in the middle of the menswear shows. I appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Okay, so first question. It's about 2.5 years ago you took this job on. It was a huge task, and I feel like since you've come on board, there's been a real renaissance here in Milan. So what was your mission when you started out? Like, did you have a wish list of things you wanted to accomplish? I mean, how do you feel about what you've done so far in these last 2 years?
Yes, of course. When I arrived, I thought that what was more important was to have a look to the future and think how fashion could evolve. Mm-hmm. So I thought, together with the board, that is a very nice board in Camera della Moda, because it's all many very nice brands participating in a direct way to those ideas. So we thought that the future would mean today sustainability, mm-hmm. Digital, mm-hmm. and new brand. So all the new brand and new talent. So all our efforts were going in that direction. So we start, when we talk about new brand, we started with education and promoting new designer, creating the possibilities for those designers to interfere with the big brand, mm-hmm. or also to have the chance to launch their own brand to mm-hmm. those new designers. So we made many initiatives in that sense. Mm-hmm. Started with our Milano Moda Graduate.
So yes, so that was my next question. So Milano Moda Graduate, the competition. I think it's 29 different schools in Italy, is that right?
Yeah.
29 different schools. So I think that's like herding cats to get all the different schools together. Yeah. How did you accomplish that, to get everybody on board to participate in that?
Yeah, also that was a good challenge. was a good challenge because we had to talk with those school and convince them that it's not a competition. It's something to be together and sometimes to compete in a sense makes everybody better. In Italy we are very individualistic, so it's not easy to say, difficult to make. But at the end what happened was that all those schools, they were convinced to participate, so they sent a portfolio of those students at the last year graduating, not just the designers but also the stylists, the marketing and communication people. So we want, and accessory designers, we create 5 different categories, and we say, okay, send us all the material for those students, and we choose the ones we believe are the best with the international group of people judging them, to make something very, very straight, so those people could feel really that is a true competition.
I thought that it was amazing that you actually it wasn't just a runway show with designers, but you had also, like you said, the marketing and the accessories and everything else. So it's much more well-rounded than maybe some other quote-unquote competitions that are out there. And then another thing that I know that you're very passionate about is sustainability, and we've talked about this before. Why did you make that a priority for you?
Well, together with the new designer and digital, I think sustainability is the future of fashion. We cannot think to go further in fashion if we don't finally understand, make something, a statement about sustainability. And today, when we talk about sustainability, it's a very esoteric word. You make something, you say, "Oh, I'm sustainable." No, in Italy, fortunately, our system is much more advanced in terms of sustainability. Many of the factories, they are already paying very much attention to the ambient and to the pollution. But what's happened was we start with the substances, then the process. We are working now on a process to make a list of the process, very precise, that you can measure, and then on the traceability, and then on the social sustainability. That is another very important matter.
What is social sustainability then?
Social sustainability means that you cannot today think that you buy a t-shirt for $5 or euros and or a dress for 20 euros without thinking that somebody has been sewing that dress for almost nothing. So I think that we have to understand that we have to evaluate how much of the work of people was behind that product, and we should not buy the product that they don't respect the life of those people. So this for me is a very central idea of fashion. We have to be, we are at the top of aesthetic. We must be also the top of ethic, because otherwise it doesn't work.
And then you said the third pillar of your master plan for Milan is digital, so that aspect. So talk a bit about how you've been transforming that aspect of what you do.
Yeah, because in Italy we are used to have many small towns, so everybody can find product in the small shops, and there is a lot of personal communication, and this made Italian people very lazy about digital. So we were not a champion of digital and digitalization, but the world is very global, more and more, and you must understand very well how to deal with all the aspects of digital and digitalization. So we start saying, for example, when you look at the e-commerce selling, in Italy we do 5% of the luxury products selling online. In Germany, 25%.
That's
in England,
crazy.
21%. So there is a big difference. Let's not talk even about China or about the United States, where it's very strong. So I said, this is the commerce, but we have to think that today there is no distance between commerce, communication, and also organization of the company. So I push very much this by organizing many workshops in the Camera della Moda, involving all the brand, all the people of the brand, trying to meet the most advanced people that they could talk about digital, coming from everywhere in the world. And we organized all those meetings, and I was very happy because the first meeting I organized, there was 10 brands participating. The last meeting, we had to rent a huge, enormous space because mostly of the brands were there. So it's growing. Everybody now understands how important it is, and everybody is practically doing something to organize in a different way the company. Also, in Italy, where we are organized by district of production, to have a strong exchange, even at that level, because digital can mean so many
different things.
Even at that level, to link all the production source means to save time, to organize everything better, to not make mistakes. So I think that the culture must be deep and diffused in everywhere in our system. We are trying to do that.
Well, it shows. It definitely shows. Another transformation, maybe not as great or more complex as fashion evolves, is, so I've come for Milan Fashion Week for menswear, and there's Gucci's now showing women's and men's together during women's. I think the same thing for Bottega Veneta. Missoni is doing something to celebrate the 20th this year. So it's a quieter menswear than usual. There seems to be this transformation of the men's and the women's collections and basically how we present fashion in general. And I wanted to know what you thought about that.
Yeah, well, we are, fashion is always representing very much the society. When you look at all the fashion in the past years, maybe we are the ones that we've been representing, even a little bit before something happened. No? We catch it.
You catch it in the air,
Yeah, in the air. And this is happening also today. We are facing at the moment this liquid society. I always talk about Bauman, that he was saying this since a long time, that we are living in a liquid society. And this is true. So what's happened in this liquid society? It's happened that there is not rules. Actually, the most important word is break the rules.
Yes.
And what people are trying to do today is to break the rules. Also because when you live in a global world with so much communication, if you want to have a voice, your voice must be different. Otherwise, people, they don't notice, they don't hear that voice. And this is what all the brands are trying to do, to break the rules. And the first rules they break was the division between men and women, the date of showing. So rethinking something was obvious, and we say it's not obvious anymore. Let's restart. And many brands, they gave different answers to these questions. For example, the show cruise, let's call it cruise show, they became more important. And everybody now is showing those big cruise
collections around the world.
The world. Men's and women together, because it makes it easy sometimes for some brand, for some it's impossible, because maybe they've designed a different image. But for some brand makes it very easy. Also because the tendencies of fashion was very much on sportswear, men and women together, easy life, and so this helps also the people to put together those two ideas. And the new generation, the millennials, they don't make much difference between the way you wear something if you are a man and a woman.
Yeah, it's very true.
So because of that, because it's easier, because they change completely the way of showing the clothing and the time of showing, everybody's trying to find the different rules. And this is the result. So when they tell me how is this men's fashion week, I say, first of all, it's not extremely a men's fashion week. It's
not anymore. It's a fashion week.
It's a fashion week where we have a lot of men's clothing. And second, it's not just a fashion. They say, how many fashion show in Milan? I say, it's not a fashion show. It's a fashion show, presentation, and events. Sometimes you can say something in the strongest way with an event than in a fashion show, or with the presentation and a fashion show. So even that becomes fluid.
Yeah.
So you cannot
Everything
count
is evolving
anymore the fashion show, the presentation. I say more or less in those 3.5 days, 4 days that we have in Milan, we have about 80 different, almost 90 different things happening. That is a lot.
Yeah, and believe me, I know. I'm going to most of them.
and that's what we have to face today. This is the difference. We have to be flexible to understand that is a new way of showing fashion and represent very much the society of today.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there definitely seems to be growing pains across the board in fashion. One of the growth spurts that we had was this idea of see now, buy now, but I think that has fallen by the wayside. I know you were never a proponent of that.
Because it was against the production system. I mean, would have not worked and would have killed all the new generation, new brand, because they could have not afford to produce before and to show after. So I think it was antithetic with the meaning of fashion. It's good for big companies that they have very product oriented. So not creative, not much creative. It works very well for the people that have a huge company that they just use the ideas of others and they produce it very fast.
The mass, yeah.
This is the fast fashion. Fast to copy other fashion brands.
Yeah.
So that I don't like because I respect the creation. I respect the ideas. I think is a big value. I think that those people that they spend 6 months to find something new, you have to respect them. And in fashion, the copyright is very low. It's not respected much. But I think that culture can help to respect the copyright. Even that, as much as you should not buy a dress for $5 to $20, you should not even buy a dress with a copy.
I agree very much. And that, I guess, kind of goes to the next idea of the whole made in Italy. How do you define made in Italy? What separates it? What makes made in Italy so important?
Well, it's a long story because it comes from a very, very deep tradition. We start from those artisans that they were making clothing in the 1500s. So it's not, and the leather, all those leather companies, etc. So it's a very old tradition, and from that tradition we made those new, unique way, because made in Italy is not a big company like in China. You go there, 1,000 people working, doing pads. No, in Italy it's completely different. You go in an area, there are a lot of small companies that they kind of work with each other. You go in a place and to make a shoe, somebody's making the heel, somebody's making the inside of the shoe, somebody's making... So everybody's making each part of the shoe, and then the shoe come together.
Okay.
And this is called district. So you go in one area, they are specialized to make women's shoes of certain way, in another men's shoes, in another ready-to-wear for formal, in another ready-to-wear more sportswear. And all this idea to create a big area with small companies makes Italy very flexible. And this means you can make a special product in small quantities.
Okay.
And in a short time. This is the different.
And great quality in short time.
And great quality because it's all kind of a lot of artisan. What makes a big difference is exactly that. For example, you go to a fabric maker and you say, okay, and also fabric areas, they're organized like that. In Como, the silk, in Biella, the wool. So you go there, you say, listen, you know what, this is a cotton. And you say, I want this cotton like paper hand and very thin. And this is special, my color, and I want after tomorrow because I have a fashion show. And then another one goes to the same and say, you know this cotton, I want like peach hand, opposite than the paper hand,
the other one.
and I want a very like brushed, and those are my color, and I want after tomorrow because I have the fashion show. This producer is going to make that fabrics. Anywhere in the world you can get that. You can go and choose existing colors if you want in 3 days, and you can order whatever quantities, but nobody will make this effort of creating a new fabric for you in 3 days. This is very much of Italy, and the same for models, styles, and everything. And this makes Italy special because you find a very different product, very personalized, even small quantity, and in a very good, quite short time.
Relative to the quality of the work.
To the quality. Of course, you cannot pretend to have a short time when you make all those processes like that. If you go there and you say, I want the color already existing, it's much easier.
Yeah, of course.
But we made the process quite affordable in terms of also timing, considering that is a very, very, very unique and special process.
Okay, so you have your 3 pillars that you're working on. So what is your next big challenge? What is the next goal you're set for yourself? What's the next big project for you?
The big project for me is very much, of course, sustainability. Every year we will advance in that sense, but it's there. And then we want to publish all the numbers and process for the other matter that I've been telling you before, like process. Even we have one that we will publish now about retail. Okay. And then there is the process, and then the traceabilities, and then the social sustainability with the numbers and preciseness. Okay. So this is something we are going to do. We hope to finish all the documents by 2020, and then we update the documents all the time.
Yeah,
because,
always evolving.
Because only technology can save us from pollution. So we have to follow technology and to push companies to invest in technology. This for sure is one of the things we want to do.
Fashion and tech, that seems to be a very big buzzword right now. Is that something that we're seeing a lot of, like they're talking about French tech and fashion tech? Is that something that you're considering trying to bring tech groups together with fashion to kind of build? Is that
it is in a sense almost there already, because as you read in those days, there are this special fabric that is very lightweight, only wool, 100% wool, that you can wash in a washing machine and not iron, and it's perfect just because it costs a lot of money and it's beautiful.
But you don't have to dry clean it.
But it's a pure fabric and sustainable and everything. So there is already very much of technology in fashion, and many companies that are working together with technological companies. Of course, the point is to arrive to something that is not like a game, a joke, or something fun gimmick. Not something gimmick, but we need something that is real. And so what is happening now, we are going to find something more real, more usable. I think this is very much one direction of fashion. Will go on, but already started. The digital, just a few days ago, Camera della Moda was winning the first prize in Berlin Festival for the fashion section with our video that was waiting for the waiting room, waiting for the fashion show. And we were very proud and happy of that, because we start very much also as Camera della Moda to change the image of digital of Camera della Moda.
That's
and to win
this
very big prize for us was fantastic.
I love that waiting room video. It was really fun. And then today I'm getting like every day a wrap up of the shows, and in my inbox, and things are much more fluid, much more engaging. The Camera Moda is much more engaging since you guys have all come on board.
We are showing to the brand that we have to go in that direction, and it's part of our education also to be ourselves promoting digital.
Okay. All right. So now I'm going to ask you the same questions I ask all of my people that I interview. It's a little less straightforward for you, but I'll be interested to hear what you have to say. What is your most treasured piece of clothing that you own?
I think I have a jacket original from Jimi Hendrix that I bought many years ago in London, and I don't think I would ever give away the jacket.
No, I would never give away that jacket if I were you. What is the one item of clothing every woman should invest in?
I always love jacket and coat. So for me, it should be a very unique, sophisticated fabric, a coat, light, special, that you could always use in so many different occasions. For me, would be a coat.
Okay.
Light coat.
A light coat. Yeah, that can go through all the seasons. Who's your favorite designer, living or dead?
Well, I think that my brother is a designer, so of course I love what my brother did, and if I have to choose one, I have to choose my brother.
Of course. That was actually a very easy question for you. Okay, what fashion trend will you never follow?
I'm not a maximalist guy, so whatever is too much, I never liked, and I don't think I will never ever like.
Okay. And then the last question: what do you love most about fashion?
I love about fashion the fact that it's so much related to the society, and I love that fashion can interpret very much what is around. So it's very vital. In fact, it's very related to music, to art, to cinema. So I think it's a beautiful world. And there is another small thing that I like very much. Fashion gives very good access to young people, not caring about where are they from, which is the social level where they're from. They don't care about sex, about religion, about color, skin color. So I love fashion because fashion is a very, in a sense, it's so snobbish, but it's so democratic world.
Yes.
Because give the access to everybody who loves fashion.
Yeah, you have talent, you can make it.
Yeah, and you get Fashion gives the access to everybody who loves fashion. If you love fashion, you can work in fashion, I think.
Caro, grazie mille. Thank you so much.
Thank
Grazie.
you very much.
Don't want to miss an episode of Fashion Your Seatbelt? No problem. Just go to iTunes or wherever you download your podcasts and click on the subscribe button. Then every new episode will drop into your feed automatically. No fuss, no muss. Fashion Your Seatbelt is made possible thanks to the wonderful people at Launchmetrics, the software company that is powering the fashion industry, and GPS Radar, the members-only website where leading fashion brands and media connect in style. I am a member of GPS Radar, and I can tell you, as a journalist, it has made my work life run much more smoothly. Believe me, I know. I'm Jessica Michaud.